We begin with Estonia, which has described an incursion by Russian fighter jets into its airspace as unprecedentedly brazen. It says 3 Russian military jets entered the NATO country's airspace without permission on Friday morning and stayed there for nearly 12 minutes. In a statement on X, a NATO spokesperson said, "This is yet another example of reckless Russian behavior and NATO's ability to respond."
Hello and welcome. We've been hearing such scary news a lot lately. It seems like a new wave of panic is being spread. But how dangerous are such airspace violations? And how do the interception missions work? Let's simulate and analyze such a situation today. To do this, we'll use the digital combat simulator with the Kola Map from OrbX. The map covers Northern Europe, including Norway, Sweden, Finland, and the largest border with Russia, and offers an area of 1.3 million square kilometres and detailed landscapes such as fjords and forests. In my opinion, one of the most beautiful maps from DCS. Since Finland joined NATO in 2023, the NATO border with Russia has increased to an incredible 1,300 nautical miles. Politicians and media in Europe are preparing us for a confrontation with Russia. This may be great for the arms lobby, but it's certainly not in the interest of the population on either side. Finland has been heavily rearming for the past 2 years to be effective on its external border. We begin the mission at what is arguably the most important military base in Northern Europe. Rovaniemi Air Base is a dual-use civilian and military airfield in Lapland, Finland, near the Arctic Circle. Strategically, it is crucial for the surveillance and defence of northern Finnish airspace, especially against Russia. In addition to air policing, the base serves as a training centre for the Finnish Air Force. It is a hub for international exercises such as the Arctic Fighter Meet exercises, in which Finland cooperates with NATO partners such as Norway, Sweden and the USA. There are currently approximately 25 F-18 Hornet fighter jets stationed at Rovaniemi Air Base for air defence, assigned to Fighter Squadron 11. Due to the perceived new threat situation, the military presence there will be significantly increased. Starting at the end of 2026, the F-18 Hornets will be replaced by at least 30 modern F-35 Lightning aircraft and assigned to the Lapland Air Wing. The older Hornets will be gradually phased out starting in 2025 and completely replaced by 2030. The new infrastructure in Rovaniemi will be completed by 2027. But how does a NATO Quick Reaction Alert work? It describes the day and night readiness of combat aircraft and personnel to respond immediately to threats in the airspace, such as Russian reconnaissance aircraft. The goal is to protect the airspace without escalating tensions. The Finnish air surveillance radar network plays a key role in this. FINARC consists of a network of modern radar systems distributed throughout the country. They cover all of Finnish airspace, including the strategically important Arctic region around Rovaniemi. The radar data is transmitted in real time to the Air Operations Centre in Tikkakoski, where it is analysed and combined with other sensors, such as NATO AWACS. The network is designed for redundancy and robustness to operate even under extreme weather conditions or in the event of an attack. Since Finland's accession to NATO in 2023, FINARC has been linked to the NATO Integrated Air and Missile Defence System, enabling seamless cooperation with neighbouring countries such as Norway and Sweden. Within minutes, we received our deployment orders. 2 F-16s are ready for action on the apron. They are in an air-to-air configuration, armed with AMRAAM 120 and Sidewinder missiles, the standard armament of modern combat aircraft for engaging air targets, as well as 2 auxiliary fuel tanks. Since our F-16 is pre-configured, the cold and dark start only takes a few minutes. We set the main power and set the jet fuel switch to start 2 to start the APU. The F-16 powers up. At about 20 to 25% RPM, we bring the throttle to the idle position and the turbine begins to start. On the right avionics panel, we now activate the switches to supply power to the electronic systems and start the alignment of the position computer. The alignment takes about 3 minutes, as indicated on the data entry system. When ready starts flashing, we can set the alignment switch to nav. In the left panel, we now set up the friend-foe system and adjust the exterior light. Normally, we have to perform various tests, but a scramble start doesn't give us time for that. Air traffic control ensures that the airspace is clear and we can taxi and take off immediately.
Dallas copy. Currently at no conflict.
Charlie, it's Night 4-1, request push tactical.
Night push tactical. Night 4-1, Chalice. Chalice, all players, Fiesta, Freddy. Evil 2-1, the closest group, Bra, 3559, 11 Thompson, Night 4-1.
Target north of the bullseye, 08337.
Bang, 35.
Bang 1, bang, crank south. Bang 2, hold shots. Bang, check right, reference 170. Bang 1 and 2 outright. Check right, reference 245. Bang left, reference 230, 220.
Bang 1, range 22, north through.
Bang 1. Bang 2, target. Number Bang 1 picture.
The alarm start is behind us. Less than 15 minutes have passed since FINARC reported the threat to our airspace. All aviation restrictions have been lifted, meaning we can fly supersonic. The residents of Finland won't be happy if their windows are damaged when the sound barrier is broken. 70 miles still separate us from NATO's external border, and tensions are rising. North of Rovaniemi, we encounter a phenomenon unique to Finland. Since Finland has very few military airports, it is an easy target in the event of war. For this reason, specially reinforced sections of highways and country roads were constructed, which have been used as alternative airfields for fighter aircraft since the 1960s. Strategically, they are crucial, as they enable the Finnish Air Force to distribute aircraft in a decentralized manner and continue operations even if main bases are destroyed by Russian attacks. Nowadays, exercises with American F-35 pilots are regularly held to strengthen the eastern flank. We are approaching the Finnish NATO external border. From now on, strict rules apply to dealing with the threat. The most important rule: in peacetime, we must not use weapons under any circumstances, even if the Russian contact penetrates NATO territory. The only exception is self-defense if we are directly attacked. At least the aggressor was identified. It is an Antonov 26 with the NATO code name Curl. It entered service in the Soviet Union in the early 1970s and serves primarily as a tactical transport. Our aggressor, however, appears to be a modified variant. It is equipped with electronic reconnaissance systems to intercept and analyze enemy communications and radar signals. Technically, the AN-26 achieves a top speed of approximately 300 knots and a service ceiling of around 28,000 feet. Back to the cockpit. It's confirmed that NATO airspace has been violated. From now on, the procedure will be carried out according to strict rules defined in the so-called air policing directive.
Bang 1, target northview bullseye 08337.
Bang range 35 north.
Bang 1, bang, crank south. Bang 2, hold shots.
We are now attempting to establish contact on International Guard and emergency frequencies, but without success.
So 066, 27,000. Escape. 2, bang 2. Live group bullseye 10067, 25,000 space.
Time to show the intruder that they're not alone. We have permission to conduct an active radar target lock. With the help of the F-16's targeting pod, we now receive a clear image thanks to the forward-looking infrared camera. The images are now being continuously recorded for later analysis.
Roger, thank you. You guys have all you want.
Roger, and if you stop on this freak, our Uber guide's trying to get a hold of you on VPN. Okay. Hydra, focuses wings level, next turn.
Our Antonov isn't alone. A MiG-31 fighter is hiding in the radar shadow. Things could get complicated. We're still being ignored. We now have permission to initiate the next phase. Our wingman remains at a safe distance, but with weapons systems engaged. Our task as flight lead is now to establish visual contact and, without escalation, push the intruders away and escort them out of the NATO airspace. The most important rule remains in force. Under no circumstances is the use of weapons permitted, only for self-defense.
Roger, thank you. You guys have all you want. Strike 215 now. Stand by. And strike 15,000 as approved. Direct Mercury, 1 over Mercury, contact Lee, or correction, Madsen. Strike 2, copy 15,000. That's approved. Long, see long.
We establish visual contact with the pilots, waggling our wingtips to show them our weapons. The danger of a mid-air collision looms at any time, but it works. Both jets turn east.
Contact happens now, they'll work your approval in the spring. They're not falling.
The mission was successful. An Allied American AWACS aircraft also took off and will continue to monitor the airspace until the threat situation has passed. But how dangerous are such situations? Of course, such interception missions pose high risks, as they can lead to miscalculations, collisions, or unintentional escalation. In recent years, NATO has recorded over 300 interceptions of Russian aircraft per year, although there has been only a slight increase since 2022. Most of these situations are routine for the pilots. However, they are currently receiving a very special interest. The media and politicians in Europe are actually hyping up these cases for propaganda purposes to emphasize Russia's aggression and mobilize public support for defense spending. At the same time, Russia is using them to portray incidents as coincidences and frame NATO as the aggressor. So it's more of a political game. Even after 50 years, the F-16 is still being built and is in service in more than 25 countries, with over 4,600 units in service. One of the most successful military jets. The F-16 Fighting Falcon, with its single crew, screams through the skies at a blistering 1,300 miles per hour. It boasts a massive 17,000-pound payload, ready to deliver precision strikes across its 2,002-mile range. Compact yet lethal, its 49-foot length and 32-foot wingspan make it a nimble predator. Soaring up to 50,000 feet, it dominates the battlefield with unmatched agility. Our NATO interception mission ends after 30 minutes. Hundreds of similar missions are launched every year. But what do you think of the situation today? Are we experiencing a new Cold War with Russia? What's your opinion? Share it in the comments. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a great week and a safe landing.